Hello everyone, and let's talk about why work from home policies are the new goldmine for investors. So, there's a shift from pre-pandemic investment strategies, from just financials to other workplace policies, especially workplace flexibility. And work from home policies that are effective are a significant indicator of future success. Now, the Q4 2023 Scoop Flex Index reveals key trends, and that trends, by the way, continued into future quarters. I'm just using Q4 2023 because it really went in depth into the trends. We're seeing the same sort of trends in Q4 2024 and the same sort of dynamics. So companies with full flexibility are leading in revenue growth. They have a 16% revenue advantage over peers with more rigid policies and hybrid policies, so not fully flexible. So you're fully flexible that have a 16% revenue advantage over fully in office, whereas hybrid, so partially in office, partially out of office, have a 3% advantage over fully in office companies. And this trend is pretty consistent across different industries, showing a clear link between flexibility for employees where they work and financial performance. So that's a marker of more innovative and progressive company culture, and revenue growth is tied, of course, to employee satisfaction and retention, which is increased by flexible work policies. Now, the Q4 Scoop Flex Index shows that 62% of US companies adopted some form of flexibility. Significant increase from 51% at the start of the year. So there's an increase already, and this is during already quite a bit after the start of the pandemic. So full-time office work is becoming less prevalent, and flexibility transcends the pandemic reaction. There's an increase in flexibility over time, even though the pandemic is long behind us. So we're seeing that companies are recognizing the benefits of flexibility, and they're shifting toward adaptability and resilience in order to retain and recruit their employees better. And they are also adapting their business operations and workforce management to more effectively practice workplace flexibility. Startups are leading the change. Post-2010 startups are pioneering in terms of flexibility. 93% offer flexible work arrangements, including outside the tech sector. Of course, many more inside the tech sector, but still outside the tech sector, a great many startups are offering flexible work arrangements. So the future business landscape is prioritizing flexibility because startups are where most of the growth in employees is likely to come. So traditional office work is likely to decline over time, and startups are, of course, the trendsetters in work culture. And flexibility is a competitive advantage in startup success because it attracts top talent with flexible work options. And so these startups are going to grow, and they'll attract more and more talent. Now, a major investor, Jeff Clements, has some insights to share on work from home policies. So he wrote a Forbes article about this, how he sees human capital as a primary asset, and work from home policies from him influence overall company performance. And he is just one example of many investors who are using work from home policies to evaluate the effectiveness of their investments. So consistent work from home policies are critical for company success. Inconsistent policies cause friction between departments, within departments, and they harm productivity and customer satisfaction. Clear communication is a key for successful department handoffs and collaboration, and that requires consistent and effective work from home policies. Departmental policy alignment enhances team cohesion. So if you're aligned across department, you have within the same department having alignment and having clear communication between different departments on what their preferred policies are. A consistent application reduces confusion and conflicts among employees, and a predictable environment supports a better work from home balance, work-life balance. So transparent policies foster trust and engagement and help ensure employee buy-in. Investors are increasingly scrutinizing the details of work from home policies because they're linked to tangible, clear business outcomes in terms of profit. There's a shift from just what leadership prefer around remote work policies to optimized work policies that align with external best practices. So traditional investment criteria are now including work from home considerations. And the business growth is increasingly driven by effective work from home policies. So investors are favoring companies with more progressive work from home strategies, and the depth of work from home policies reflect how adaptable companies are to the future. So what are the best practices for work from home policies for growth-oriented companies? Empirically backed flexibility policies, of course, enhance growth because they help in terms of workforce strategic planning, and they therefore accelerate company growth. They boost market share and innovation, at least we see that's the correlation from the Skupin Flex Index. And flexible work environments, therefore, are pivotal for advancing your business. So evidence-based strategies are crucial for successful flexibility. You want to make sure that employees are engaged with work from home policies as a best practice. There is a strong link between work from home policies and staff retention, and it enhances morale and engagement if you have good work from home policies that address the needs from staff and get staff buy-in. So you need to recognize employee needs, and we need to recognize that engaged staff who have happiness about their work from home policies are going to be more productive and creative. Engaged staff are happy staff, and happy staff are more productive and creative. Job satisfaction is vital for long-term business achievement, so job satisfaction among staff. Work from home fosters deeper employee commitment and loyalty and job satisfaction. So flexible culture thus encourages trust and innovation and commitment from employees. And that is vital for more creativity, innovation, and that which is what breeds growth and great bottom line outcomes. Now you need to address some biases among the leaders for work from home policy decisions. For example, status quo bias is a big problem, where leaders tend to go with what they know and what they're comfortable with. So we need to change the comfort of current practices of what leaders are comfortable with for growth by orienting toward best practices. So analyze successful flexible policies in other organizations, encourage leaders to question traditional work models, and have workshops and trainings, I do these often, to explore the benefits of policy change. Use case studies to illustrate the success of flexible models that you can adapt from, and promote a culture that values innovation over tradition, including in how you work. Regularly assess policies to prevent stagnation and make sure that you are focusing on getting good feedback on what policies work and what policies don't, and adapt your policies over time. You also want to address the empathy gap, where leaders tend to underestimate the feelings of employees, their emotions around work from home policies. They don't sufficiently understand the challenges faced by employees who are remote capable. Many leaders live close to work and they're used to working in the office. They don't understand nearly sufficiently the challenges of employees who might be caretakers for their children or their elderly, or who just don't want to sit through an hour and a half in the commute going there and going back, which again, they have to do because they can't afford to live close to work. So we need to have leadership feel and express empathy toward diverse work needs among employees. Conduct surveys to gain insight into the hybrid and remote work experiences, and I often do these surveys. You can contact me, I'll send you a free template. And create channels for hybrid and remote employees to share their challenges. So these are surveys, focus groups. These are very helpful. Incorporate feedback from them into policy revisions and implement trial periods for new policies to assess how effective they are. Regularly update policies based on ongoing employee feedback because things change over time. So let's go to action steps for company leaders. Conduct a comprehensive review of current work-from-home policies in your company. Benchmark your policies against evidence on best practices for growth-oriented companies. Emphasize clear and consistent communication of policies, and solicit and integrate employee feedback in order to improve your policies. Tailor your flexible models to suit business and employee needs, both business needs and employee needs alike, not just in business needs, and don't mistake the needs of leaders for the needs of employees and the business. Integrate work from home policies effectively into your company culture. don't just use traditional models of company culture and think that they will work for hybrid and remote work. Update your policies regularly to match the evolving workforce and ensure high employee buy-in through getting their feedback regularly for surveys, focus groups over time, and not just once, but continually doing that over time. All right, this episode of the Wise Decision Maker Show, I hope, has been helpful for you to see how investors are using work from home policies to evaluate companies for which to invest. My name is Dr. Gleb Tsipursky. I'm the CEO of Disaster Avoidance Experts, the future work consultancy that sponsors the Wise Decision Maker Show. And if you have any questions, you can email me at gleb@disasteravoidanceexperts.com. I hope you subscribe to the show wherever you check this out and leave a review. It helps others discover the show and it helps us improve the show.